Hello again. Okay, so I need to do these dishes real quick and then we're going to cook. The baby back ribs are thawed. Just go and set them right there. Do these dishes real quick. I have been faltering this last few days. So I apologize for that. But I'm hopefully going to get my head cleared and back into it very, very soon. Sponges. Okay, I'm sorry. I gotta write that on my grocery list right now. That was one of the non-food items I forgot. Ouch. I just dropped that on my toe. Awesome. Okay, so I hope this doesn't get wet, but we are doing our grocery list and we got the non-food. It's probably going to be right here then, I guess. Sponges. Alright, that was one of the things. So I'll block that. There we go. I got a little bit of room right there. I like to kind of separate, so I got non-items. And so that's, I'm currently writing it, and I might need a second piece of paper, to be honest with you. If I do, I will find another envelope. I can't find any of my note paper. I don't know what happened to it. But hopefully I will find it soon. Whatever box it may be in. There's not very many boxes left unpacked. I'm just going to wash them like this. Only because I'm in a hurry to get this part of it done. So, and I have to regulate the water a little bit. I really love my little sink caddy for my sponge. I miss my little cowl that I used to stick it to right here, but I like my sink caddy, even though I bump it a lot. Okay, so that's going to go there. But I can set my sponge in there while I'm finishing rinsing the dish or whatever. And it doesn't get in the water. It keeps it soaked better. Remember what oh yeah, I did the garlic in here. I did a second wipe because it was garlic. It doesn't smell like garlic though, which is good. This one pan, I don't remember what it was made of, but literally took on the smell of every single thing I cooked. It's crazy. soap in the sponge there. Sorry about that. Hit that plate. Oh, yeah, you're rolling. Sometimes I don't even know if that's happening properly. So my husband had pizza last night. He took we haven't had one tombstone left in there. And when I said, let's make pizza, I meant the homemade pizza, right? And so he took it was a cheese pizza. And he took it, which I thought was a really good idea. And put it was a cheese pizza, a tombstone cheese pizza. And he took it out and put pepperoni on it. And I'm like, oh, that was a good idea. So it was nice that he did that. So he cooked dinner last night. I ended up not eating because I wasn't feeling well, but yeah. And of course my dog is always disappointed in me when I don't eat. You know, he looks at Dad, looks at me, and looks at Dad, and looks at me, and then he's like, what? I don't understand. How come he's eating and you're not? I don't understand it. So he doesn't get that I have tummy issues. So sometimes I can't eat because my stomach is hurting so bad already. But yeah, I am pretty, that's weird, pretty convinced that I have an ulcer. Yes, there's a lot of the same symptoms now from when I was 8, when I was diagnosed with the peptic bleeding ulcer at the age of 8, which is kind of unheard of, but that's me. I'm gonna get sick. I'm gonna do it upright, get the rare shit. You know, don't give me COVID. No, give me shingles that never goes away instead of COVID that I could have survived and been better by now. No, I didn't get COVID. I think I actually probably did at one point, but you know, a lot of people do and don't realize it. So I think I probably did and didn't realize it prior to the shutdown, like in January. I was kind of a girl came back from, believe it or not, Wuhan, China, and had a mask on. I said, "Oh, why are you wearing a mask?" Oh, she says, "My mommy said I had to." Okay. And then before you knew it, everybody was getting sick. But it's so sad that you got people out there saying, "Oh, this is bullshit. It wasn't true. They faked it." But except for, you know, there was a lot of people that died, and a lot of people died above the COVID problem. You know, way above the COVID problem. My friend died. I had 2 friends die, and neither one of them died of COVID. So one drowned in the river because he was drunk, walking along the river depressed because he just lost his son moved with his new girlfriend to another state, and then he lost his dog. Same guy, his best buddy there. So, and he was living with his son. So basically, you know, his son left. You know, you can't keep them down once they're adults, right? You gotta let them go. So he left to go live in California with his girlfriend, and then, you know, and it was just so much happening to this guy all at once. So his son moves. So okay, so this guy was the bus washer, and his son was a mechanic at our company. Also, they had a trailer on the property and a dog. So they were security at night as well. So they lived on the property in a trailer. And it was just the 3 of them, the dog, the son, and the dad. And they were so sweet. All of them were so, the dog was intimidating. It was, I think, a pit bull. Or a bull mastiff or something. I don't know. It was a big pit bull looking dog. So, and he was so kind. He was so sweet. He would just walk around, look at everybody. Then he'd walk around at night, and if anybody was trying to, we had issues in the past, so yeah, we did that. But then, obviously the issues went away because there was somebody watching the property. And we had to put a new gate up and change the lock and do all this sort of stuff. It was just terrible. But anyways, so he was living there with his son and the dog, and everything was going really good. Then the son got a girlfriend, and then he quit and moved in with his girlfriend and got a different job. And then he got an opportunity with the job and the girlfriend in California and all that coming together. And then we moved off the property. The company moved off the property and no longer needed the dog or the bus washer. So he was laid off. So Andy had to move his trailer. So then he had to move his trailer to a trailer park that didn't allow animals. So then he had to find a home for his dog. So then he lost his dog. And he was about I don't know, he was probably lived there about a week. So about a week into his stay at this trailer park that was along the Green River, he was walking along the river and he was drunk and he drowned. Unfortunately, he was depressed and drinking. He had always drank, but you know, we could tell he drank, but he was never drunk on the job. But when he got off work, yeah, he drank. A lot of guys do that. A lot of people do that. I personally don't. My husband does it, but drink, you know, on a regular. We'll have a drink on a special occasion. We're cheap dates. What can we say? We're just lightweights when it comes to alcohol. Him, not so much. He thinks he can drink as much as he drank before he stopped drinking. Or, I don't know. He drank when he was younger. So I don't know why he stopped or whatever. Okay, avalanche. With this little itsy bitsy tiny bit of dishes. It's actually this is what the problem is. I need to find a new place for that I hardly ever use anymore. Anyways, oh, that's eggnog. Oh, I don't know what I'm doing. I have zero clue when my head is just going 90,000 miles an hour. So I apologize. I'm just blah, blah, blah. But, so anyways, that was my one friend. It was so sad to hear that he had, you know, really lost everything and then his life drowning. So, and then the other one was also a co-worker that I actually had known for about 30 years. I loved Tony so much. I miss him so badly. And his son didn't allow any of us to come to his services, unfortunately. So we were not invited. Why? I don't know. But I didn't get invited on a personal basis either, so I didn't get to go, unfortunately. I was very saddened by that. And I was supposed to call him that day, and I didn't. I'll show it up. But he died in his sleep. He drank his bottle of wine and went to sleep in his chair. And ended up passing away that night. I was supposed to call him. My boss calls me the next day because we're in quarantine now at this point. And I knew because I was supposed to call him. I had a feeling. When the phone rang, my fucking heart just sunk. I said, oh God, here it comes. Because, you know, you look at it and you see that it's your boss. And you're concerned about it. An employee that you haven't really mentioned to your boss yet, and I was going to mention it to my boss. But then, you know, this happens, and you just know. You just effing know, and that's all there is to that. You got that feeling, you know? I got the feeling. I'm so inappropriate. It's terrible. I'm so sorry to be so inappropriate sometimes. This song is just not appropriate with the conversation, but I miss Tony tremendously, and I feel bad that I didn't call him. I hope he forgives me. So I'm sure he does, but you just never know for real. He's not one to hold a grudge, so I think because he was so kind in the world, and he had lost the funny thing is he had lost almost everything as well. I think his youngest son was getting married, and so then he was living alone, and he took his car into the auto shop, right, to have the oil changed. Same shop he had always taken this car. It was a classic. It was a Cadillac, and he would order the white wall tires if he had to replace the tires. He kept that car in mint condition. So he takes his car in. We lose the contract to the school that we're driving for. And him and I are 2 of the 3 drivers that drove for the school. Then, so we lost the contract. We weren't going to have the kids the next school year. So after the 2019 school year, the contract was up. We were no longer going to drive for that company. Tony decided that he wasn't going to drive anymore. His bus had broken down, and he had to use a different bus. And, you know, when you've been driving, that bus came with him in the contract. He was a first student driver with that bus. And because our company got the contract to it, but the stipulation of the contract was him and his bus came with the contract. So he was now an employee of the company that I worked at. And we used to sit in the break room at First Student and just giggle about how the other drivers, they were playing cards and gossiping and all this. And we were sitting there talking about them. It was funny. But, so he had driven for that school, because he was a driver for that school with First Student. So he had driven for that school for many, many, many more years than I did. And so we got him and his bus in the contract. And so then he takes his car in, right? And he knows that we only have until the end of the school year with these kids. And he's very, very upset about it. Then his buses broke down, and they're not putting it on first line basis. They're just letting it sit there while the mechanics tinker with other buses. So his bus wasn't being fixed anytime soon. I think a part was on back order. So he, for the past couple of months, had been driving a different bus, and he was very upset about that. Then it's the layoff. You're only going to be laid off 2 weeks, then you're going to come back to work. No, that was what we were told when we were laid off. Then it became 6 months prior to us even going back. So, and he knew he was never going to see those girls again, because the 3 months put it past the end of the school year. And so none of the kids went back to school in that school year. And so, and we lost the contract. So when when 2020 was over and cleared up and people were going back to school and back to jobs and there was no contract for that school. So he was never, I was never, and he was never going to see those children again. Just out of the blue, never. We thought 2 weeks, we'll see them. Then the summer, the school year ended during the shutdown, and then we didn't have the contract, so there you go. We'll never see those kids again. So there's that. He lost saying goodbye to the kids. I lost that as well, and it's very sad. But because we had driven those kids for years, and it was a 5th through 12th. So that's 6 years. So I watched those kids grow up for 6 years. I drove for that school for 6 years. He drove for that school for probably 12 or 13. And the teachers and the staff and the coach, because the women's bathroom that I used was in the gym. So I got to know the coach, and he was one of the, 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 adults that went on the field trips and stuff like that with the kids. So we got to talk while he was on the bus. You know, he was on my bus quite a few times. But, you know, I really do miss the kids. I really, really do miss the kids. I miss Tony tremendously. But however, so lost being able to say goodbye to the kids and having that goodbye party and the pizza party that we have at the end of school year and all that, right? So that was gone. The contract, so he'd never be back, that was gone. He had told me on numerous occasions, because I told him he was old, and I said, Tony, when you going to retire? And he said he was never going to retire because he knew the day he retired would be the day that he died. He always said that. He said, the day I retire from doing this job that I love so much, he would die. He was a police officer, I think, and then he went to, then he was a medical distributor for medical supplies and medicine and stuff like that. And I didn't really understand that part. And then a school bus driver for the rest of his, he had retired and then became a school bus driver. And he was a school bus driver for damn near 30 more years. So yeah, so I had known him for 30 years. And so it was very sad that I knew his beliefs and I knew his state of mind. He was very, very sad. Let me just talk about the car. So the contract was gone. Saying goodbye to the kids party was gone. It wasn't just 2 weeks. It was a total shutdown, right? And his son was getting married and moving on to another state as well. Then his car. So he takes his car in like a week before we were shut down to have the oil changed. And then got a phone call from the police department, his local police department, telling him, I'm sorry, your car is burnt to the ground. It was the only car in the garage, and the garage burnt to the ground. The whole thing, that night. And his car was the only car inside the garage, and it burnt. He bought that Cadillac, brand new, and drove it for 50 and took that good care of it. 50 years, I think. I don't remember what year the Cadillac was, but it was an old one. It had the white wall tires and everything. It was a beautiful car in mint condition. So I don't know actually how old it was, but I know he bought it brand new. And he had it for many, 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 many years. He had it when I met him, so I'm sure he had it for longer than that. So, and the other thing is, earlier in life, him and his wife had twins. I believe they already had a couple of children. Then they had twins. So I believe there was 3 boys and 1 girl. The 1 girl boy twins and then 2 boys, if I'm not mistaken. So then his wife up and leaves him with no notice, no nothing, and left the kids with him. And never spoke to him again, never gave him a reason why, nothing. So then he raised his kids all by himself. He was very family oriented, and yeah, he was a great dad. Oh my goodness, was he a great dad. It was amazing how a father would just step up to the plate like that, you know, and work these jobs, full-time jobs, and take care of his family just like a single mother, you know. It's just, I know guys do that too, but it just is not as common as the mother. So, and it, you know, the courts like to keep the child with the mother if all possible, if the mother is fit. So, there we go. Anyways, that is the story of my 2 friends that I had to mourn in the early 2020 and mid 2020. So, yeah, and other friends being sick. I have another friend that's 2 friends that got cancer, and I'm sorry, but where we worked, it has to be contaminated. I had like just 5 off the top of my head. And there's probably like 13. Oh yeah, there's 6. There's 7. Oh my God, there's 8. Yeah. Out of 100 or so employees. either had battled cancer, currently battling cancer, or died of cancer. That's a lot of employees for a small company. They moved off that lot. But I'm not sure they had it tested. You know, I'm not sure the ground had to be tested, because the people that bought it had owned it for quite some time. We had sold it way prior to moving off of it. So then we were renting it from them. That's kind of how that went, because we weren't ready to move, but they sold it. Right? Kind of sketchy shit, but and I don't believe there was a land survey done. But I bet you some of their employees have since gotten cancer. I don't know. I'm sick and I can't help that situation. I no longer work for the company. I'm a crazy woman. And because everybody thought, wow, that's crazy just to up and quit your job. Well, you didn't know what I was going through. You know, they didn't know what I was going through at all. So why are you assuming something? That's just wrong, first of all. I don't like when there's certain situations and people assume. It's annoying. Anyways, I'm going to move you back and we're going to start some dinner. Sound good? All right. This has got to cook for a couple of hours. So we're going to get that going first. So we're going to get this prepped and in the oven. So I have to move you off of the oven. Okay, so we're going to preheat the oven to, we're going to bake at 375. We could do 400. I'm not sure. Yeah, let's do 400. So we're going to preheat to 400. Take this off the stove there. And we're going to get started on this. All right. I am going to grab some spices. I need, let's see, what am I going to use here? I've rearranged this and I absolutely do not like it at all. So I'm going to have to put it back at some point. Now I can't find anything. That's awesome. Okay, so we're going to use some of this and we're going to use, let me smell this one. I don't know. I got to think about that one. I got that. I got that. Oh, this is the same thing. Huh. That smells the same way. Absolutely. I don't know. Okay, maybe we'll do that one. Okay, so we're going to do some of this. And a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Cumin. Ground cumin seed. Let's see what else I got here. Mustard seed. Where is it? Is it this back one? Okay, so lemon, pepper. There we are. Okay, so we're gonna mix it up a little bit. This recipe, you really can. It does have that window to mix things up a bit. So, let me see if I got what I have over here. Yeah, we're going to put a little bit of that in there. And we'll put that in there. And I can't even hardly read them. Coriander, no. Thyme. Why don't I have thyme in the other cabinet? Let's see. That's ginger, sage, allspice. Maybe I'll use that allspice. And cumin. Yeah, I can use that cumin. Let's see, we got basil, salt. Wait, sea salt? Wait, what is that? Pink salt? Sea salt. Why is that one empty? I don't know that. Or red pepper flakes. We don't need that. Okay, so I got an array of seasonings. We may or may not use them all, but we're going to use a lot of them. So now we're going to get a bowl. Alright, and we're going to get some measuring spoons. Okay, here we go. We're going to mix the rub. So we're making a dry rub here. Oh, one more item I need. You'll have to excuse me that I do not have out. And it used to be really easy to get it out of the cabinet. Sorry for bumping you, and now it's hard. Okay, so that's brown sugar. The brown sugar. Okay, so let's make this rub. And we're gonna start off with some paprika. We're gonna go 2 teaspoons of paprika. Let's see, did I take the one from there out? No, I left that one in there. So we will use this one. Either way, it doesn't matter. Okay, so we're gonna go 2 teaspoons paprika. It doesn't have to be a perfect measure. It can be however much of whatever you want. It's your own dry rub. I'm going to actually put a little more in there because I like paprika. Uh-oh. Crap. Oh, man. I did just sweep the rug. Yeah, we're going to let it go because I'm not a germaphobe. Actually am, but I try really hard not to be. Okay, so there is paprika is done. It's my favorite one, and I made a mess of it, so let's see if I can clean this up a little bit. Oh dear me. There we are, got it. Okay, so we got paprika done, and then what else we're going to put in? We're going to put in some thyme. Do we have some other thyme? We got ground thyme or something like that. What do we got here? Oh, no. Thyme. Okay, so there's that thyme. Thyme leaves on. Yeah, it's the same stuff, right? It's the same stuff. I believe so. So, we're going to take about a teaspoon of that. I don't know, that's really strong. Okay, maybe we won't put that much in. 1/4 teaspoon. We'll do a 1/4 teaspoon of that. So we'll do a 1/4 teaspoon of thyme. That's what we're doing on that. Yeah, that's a strong spice too. I can smell it. It smells good, but it's a strong. And I got that all over the place too. Jeez. Okay, so 1/4 teaspoon of thyme. Then we're gonna do some cumin, and we're gonna do about a teaspoon of cumin. So, and we really don't want a mounding teaspoon. So a level teaspoon is fine. 1 teaspoon of that. 1 teaspoon cumin. Okay, and then we are gonna go turmeric. And we're going to go a 1/4 teaspoon. This is pretty strong stuff. So we're going to go about a 1/4 teaspoon of this. Yeah, probably a 1/4 teaspoon of this. So just a little one. Just a little one. There we are. Right there. That's good enough. Close enough. Break that little, those hard things up. Break it up in there. We want a good mix in this, so we don't want no lumps. We want it fine powder, so we can get that good mix. Okay, so we got cumin in there. I mean, turmeric. Our cumin and our turmeric are both in. Then what else we got over here? Lemon pepper seasoning. A little bit of lemon pepper seasoning. About half a teaspoon of that. Oh, that smells good. Okay, let's go with, I love that smell. Let's go with 1 whole teaspoon of the lemon pepper. Yummy. Delicious. Smells, oh man, that smells good. Oh man, that smells good. Now I'm going to be putting that on everything. Loving that right there. Okay, next we got an allspice. We got 2 allspices. I think we'll go ahead and use this one. So, hold the thing off, if I can get the thing off. There we are. And this was what again? Allspice. So we're going to do a half a teaspoon. We're going to do half a teaspoon of allspice. Not maybe a quarter teaspoon. Yeah, it smells like pretty strong spice. So we're going to do a quarter teaspoon of allspice. And we pulled out both of them, so that'll go over. We're going to do just a touch nutmeg. Did we already do cumin? I think we did. Cumin. Okay. We're gonna do just a little bit of, about a quarter teaspoon of Dimargin basil. I'm gonna pass on basil and put in, we're gonna do some garlic powder. Probably just do the rest of it. Yeah. About a teaspoon. So that is gone. I'm saving these, so I'm thinking I'm gonna grow some of my own. Yeah. So we'll see. We're gonna go with a teaspoon of the meat tenderizer. That's a half. Okay, so we want a half teaspoon. Yeah, full teaspoon of that. Because we want it to be uber tender. Maybe just a little bit more. Oven is preheated and ready to go. Okay, now we're going to do onion powder. About a teaspoon of that. Maybe 1.5. Yeah, we'll go 1.5. Just a tad bit of garlic salt. That's just a touch there. We don't want it too salty. And we're going to put in a half a tablespoon, if it'll fit. Half a tablespoon. It's minced onion, dried minced onion. And season it up a little bit with a quarter teaspoon of chili powder, or even less than a quarter, just a tad. A pinch chili powder. Then we're gonna go with ground cumin there. I didn't even see it. I got 3 cumins. What kind did I use? Ground cumin seed. It's fine. And we're gonna go with some parsley flakes in there. I want to say about a teaspoon, maybe 2. Just pop them in there. It's fine. There we are. So we got all the spices that we're going to put in this rub, and they're just toppling over, and I don't even care. They're everywhere. I got 3 cumins. I don't need, nobody needs 3 cumins. Anyway, so we're just going to mix this up. 3 cumins. I didn't put basil in, but that's okay. I might want to put a little more paprika in here even. I think so. Yep. Yep. Yeah, I need more paprika. Where is it? There it is. I need probably another teaspoon. Maybe 1.5 more. Oh yeah, that's better. That's way better. Oh yeah, that's fine. That's gonna work great. Okay, we're good there. Oh, it's gonna be so good. Okay, oven is preheated and seasons are in a bowl. All right. Now I'm going to let's see. Let's see what we're gonna do here. There we go. Scissors. I'm gonna need some scissors. Here we go. So, it's gonna drip. There we are. We got it. All right. Let's see. Is there any fat that I want to cut off? I got scissors out. A little bit of fatty. We do got a little bit of a fatty here. That's all right. We'll leave that intact because it'll keep that piece on. Let's see what we got here. All right, so we're gonna take some paper towels with my grimy hands, with my rib fingers. Dry that off there. Put that right up there. And we're gonna loosen up this membrane. Get it loosened up. Get your finger into there. Make a hole, and this will help grip it. Pull straight up, and you got your membrane off. You can take some scissors and cut a little fat off if you want to. I usually cut a little bit off, but not much. Yeah. So make sure I got. The membrane seems to be a little fatty, so no, it's fine. I think it's fine. I don't know. I would rather it be like that, but it's a little fatty under the membrane, yeah, a little bit. I'll probably just take a little bit of this off. That'll be fine. I'm just kind of, and really what I'm doing is just making holes in it at this point because it was a fatty, so there we go, we're good. See all that underneath? I'm gonna get my hands dirty again. I just sure I'm keeping them clean. Keeping them clean there. Keeping them clean. All right. Now we're going to dry that off again. There we go. Throw those away. All right. Now we're going to take our rub, and what you want to do is you want to be sparing, because it's for the, so you only really want to use half on this side. So we're just going to shake it down. Shake, 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 shake. All the nice and thick. I want a little more for the front than the back. So I don't want to put any more than that on there. We're going to rub that around. Get that nice and rubbed in there. Put the edges, the ends, rub it all in there. Very good. All right. Turn it over. We're going to do this side. Good and rubbed in everywhere, all the spots, all the ends. All the sides. There we are. Okay, now my hands are filthy. Oh my God. Oh, what to do, what to do. All right. Rinse my hands off. Oh dear. What a disastrous mess I've made. Oh, you know what I forgot? Nice. That's awesome. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. These holes aren't big enough for this paprika. Don't worry, let me. Dang, I hate that. Here, we're just going to put a little more paprika in there. Well, at least I remembered before I put it in the oven. So, had that option of rubbing some on. Just added a little paprika to it. And then we'll do the same with the bottom half. Probably won't even use it all. That's fine. There, that's good. All right. That's good. That's good, that's good, that's good. Okay. Then what we're going to do, and while I was rinsing my hands off, is we're going to take a spoon. And we are going to use my garlic infused extra virgin olive oil. It smells divine. And we're just going to sprinkle this on like that. More. Rub that in. Keeps the spices. Keeps them not thirsty. There we are. All right, a little bit there. And we're going to turn it over and do the same thing. over there. Take it from a wet spot and put it onto a dry spot. There we are. All right, that's good. Dry rub. All right, okay. I got the powdered sugar in there, so I'm happy with that. Can't believe I forgot that. That's my favorite ingredient going in. I'm just kidding. Okay, now what we want to do, the oven is preheated, and we need to cover this tightly with some foil. So, and we need to put some water on the pan. So I'm going to turn you like this and down so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so we're going to have to put the foil on it. So here's what we need to do. Get the pan out. Okay. And we need a oven mitt to pull the thing out like that. Hopefully this will work. So take a bottle of water. I pour the whole bottle on there. The whole bottle. Unless it's going to overflow somewhere. So, then what we do is we take this, put it on the pan. So it's sitting on top of the water. We're going to cover it. And we need to cover it pretty tightly. Be careful not to burn yourself. So there's one piece, and we're going to use the second piece. And then the oven will have to preheat again because I've had the door open for so long. But this oven has a tendency to preheat pretty good, pretty quickly. All right, so now we're going to put that in, and I didn't spill any of the water. There we go. So it's in for, we're going to take it out in about an hour and a half or so. So time, yeah, 400, maybe hour and a half. So we're going to put this on an hour and a half. Oh, not quite there yet. Some fast. Okay, back up. 1.5 hours. And so now we have time to complete our other tasks on hand. So let's see, where's this? Where's this? What have I got? What do I got here? What is this here? Oh, there it is. Okay. Put this oil back up. Oh yeah, that is falling, isn't it? Ooh, that's falling good. I wonder if it's going to fall. It's going to fall all the way back if I don't do something about it. Now, the tape is not holding. Unfortunately, the tape is not holding. But yeah, it's okay. I should just probably stuff something back there to hold it up. But, okay, so we got a mess to clean up. Get this cleaned up. Then we can start on the other part of the dinner. And I just usually toss what I have left. This is mostly powdered sugar anyways. All right. Oh man, I hit you again. Well, I can't seem to do anything without hitting you. Sorry about that. We don't want the phone to get overheated, so I'm trying to keep you back from that. This is the burner that the oven vents in, so we don't want that. Okay. Let's get all the the one on here, right? And that one, and this one. Oh, this one's empty. So we will have that one. That one, no. That's all that will fit. No. Is there another middle one? No. Alright, well that's all that will fit on there. And these don't have to go back in here in any specific order. It used to bother me, but now it doesn't. Because I got tired of fixing it. I choose what's going to bother me and what's not. I can't have everything bother me. So I have to choose. And I'm used to doing that. So it's good for me to do that. So. One drop. Yahoo. And this, on the other hand, this will be different. Alright, I still got spices to put away too. Get this stuff put away. And I'm saving this for some homegrown spices. When I do that, that's going to be fun. I don't know how it got all the way up. It put these little tiny ones all the way up to the roof of the cabinet. There. Okay. That's it. All right. That's it for those things. This all cleaned up. Good thing about spices is they're pretty dissolvable. I'm afraid I'm either going to have to take it down or find those L brackets to keep it up. It sounds to me like it is slipping. Yeah, I'm hearing noises coming from there. I don't know if it's the oven, because I don't really know the oven yet, or if it's the... found my recipe but changed it yet again. It'll be fine. Oh boy. That was my dream. There we are. Let's get our little wiped up. There we go. I didn't make too much of a mess. Not too bad. And I'm not letting this stuff bother me anymore. I've taken that off my list of things. So, I mean, it's still bothering me, but I'm trying not to let it put it that way. I'm trying to come to a mutual agreement with the stove on how it should operate. So I have to look it up to recalibrate. I'm going to recalibrate it. Then if it doesn't work, I'll call the management company, and depending on what they say, is, you know, like, it's Frigidaire. They should be backing their product. I'm sure they do. It's Frigidaire. And that's appliance company that's been around ever. Ever in a coon's age. Been here forever and a coon's age. And I can't stand it. It's wet again. I want something mounted. That's what I want. I need it mounted now. I need it off my counter because it's bugging the crap out of me. They're not breaking right. They're not tearing off properly in the upright position. So I'll put it in the sideways. Oh, you know what? Let's see. Oh, I had one, but it was on the other unit. It was right here, which I felt like, ew, why don't I want to put my paper towels there? I get if you have a roll there for cleaning, but if you have one for your hands, you should just take it off that for cleaning as well. Okay, so this pink salmon, I was going to look up a recipe for pate, salmon pate. Let me look it up. I'll be back.